הנה הוא, זה הזווית שהוא מונח. אנחנו רואים, אין לי גישה לפנים, אבל הצבע העור שלו תקין. עכשיו תחשבו אותי על הדברים. דבר נוסף, תסתכלו פה, יש פה שערות נוספות. מזהים באלומה, ממש כאן, מאחורי הקרש הלבן, יש שם שערות נוספות. מה עוד אני יכול לעשות רפואית?
Ben Meysa Çakıroğlu, 11 yaşındayım.
Ben de İlkan Çakıroğlu, 9 yaşındayım.
Bizi kurtaran İsrail ekibine sonsuz teşekkürlerimizi sunuyoruz.
İkimiz.
Onlar sayesinde hayatta kaldık. Görüşürüz.
Thank you so much for the interview. You are the hero of 2017 earthquake in Mexico. I am proud to have served this day under your orders. And now you have been to Turkey. One of the stories you told, it was like the second story. We have 5,000 views in some days, I think in 2 days, in YouTube. And now we would like to ask you, what was the first story you told? You told the Prime Minister, Netanyahu.
First of all, I can send you the story. I didn't mean to do it like a show. It was an honest and simple talk that I was intending to share with the people in Israel once we were returned from Turkey. And I told 2 stories that emphasize or try to enlighten some of the things that we've done in Turkey, because I think that the results, the numbers that we saved were very high. We saved 19 people, comparing to other delegations that the most saved 5. It's almost 4 times from all other delegations. And I tried to tell these 2 stories to emphasize exactly the uniqueness of the Israeli delegation. So the first story was the first night, our first night in Turkey. I told the Prime Minister that once we arrived to Kahramanmaraş, this was the city that was the most affected city in Turkey. We were with another 4 delegations, and the protocol is to go to the camp and build the camp and to get organized and to equip the team and then go. But I knew that the clock is ticking and we don't have much time. We were there after 36 hours, and I knew that I need to catch or to beat the clock. So I just threw my teams to the field, and we worked for 22 hours constantly. And when the other delegations woke up and ate breakfast and got organized and went to the field, we were already after 4 rescuers alive, 4 rescues alive, 4 people that we found alive. And we work constantly 24/7. So this was the first story, the first night.
Wow, amazing. Now, they said that, I heard that 4 days is the maximum that you can have to find people alive. But in your case, you found them after 5 days, 6 days.
Yeah, well, it's not the right statement that people after 4 days are dead. They said, and it's true, that most people that rescued from the rubble are getting rescued in the first 48 hours. 48, 60 hours like this. And the numbers are supporting this statement because this saying, because they still finding people there in Turkey after 210 hours. But you find one, you find two. Most of the people will rescued in the first 48, 60 hours.
Yes, but it was amazing how many people you found after. United Hatzalah said they were going back because they had threats against them. Did you have any threats against you because you came back quite quickly?
No, actually, we were not part of United Hatzalah. They may feel everything they feel. We didn't feel any threat. We have our own gods. We bring our own gods, and the Turkish government took care of us with police teams that surrounded us and protected us, and we didn't need either our guards and the police because the locals wanted us to work, wanted us to rescue. This is the difference between civilian organization that comes to help or to do something than the IDF, that it's another thing.
I see. Did you interact with the Mexican team Cadena?
Of course,
from Mexico?
of course, of course. We were working with Benjamin and Benjamin Laniado and Elisad and all our good friends from Mexico. We worked with them in Honduras and in Miami 18 months ago, and we worked with them too in Turkey. Sorry, second. We met them at Antakya. Antakya was a city that was demolished, almost demolished, totally demolished by the earthquake. And they were working with us when we found the couple, Janudi, the Shaul and Fortuna Janudi, Zichronam Livracha. They were the head of the community, the Jewish community in Antakya. And we got a mission from the Israeli government to go and find them, live or dead. And we sent a team. I sent a special team of 25 best rescuers from my unit. And they worked for at least 24 hours to find Fortuna, and then another 12 hours to find Saul. And they found them, of course, not alive, unfortunately. And in this work, in this operation, we met our guys from Cadena, and they helped us a lot.
Wonderful. And now, Golan, you are back to your daily activities, and they have to do also with people from Latin America. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do?
Yes, this is exciting because at the moment that I landed here in Israel, I immediately was back to my routine, to my daily job. So my job is supporting Jewish families from Latin America that want to make Aliyah to Israel and to accompany them in this sensitive and emotional process of getting of taking the decision to do an Aliyah. And right now, in this accurate moment, I'm in Carmiel with another 12 families, 12 from 18 families that are coming with me this August to Israel. They are from Mexico, from Chile, from Argentina, and from Brazil. 18 families, more than 65 children, and it's amazing. And I think You know, life in one aspect are some kind of imagination. It's like a movie. People think that to do something special is like to rescue a child from the rubble and a woman that was waiting for a husband, and you find her. It's a story. It's emotional. You have music. You have movies. Okay, but my life is much more interesting and much more exciting, because for me, the shlichut that I have to support Jewish families to fulfill their dream and come back to their homeland in Israel, and I accompany them in this process. And after they are making Aliyah for 2 years, for me, is the most exciting thing that I can do.
How many families are from Mexico?
Right now we have in this tour we have 1, but there are another 4 in Mexico that couldn't got to this tour because it was not in a good time for them to come to Israel, but they are coming with us next summer, in 6 months.
What is the name of the company?
The name of my company is Israela Aliyah Grupal. We are doing all the process together, which means we take families from different countries, but speaks the same language. Most of them speak Spanish, and we meet them. We meet between them, and we create like a kehila that are coming together to Israel. And in Israel, I prepare an adaptive communities that will absorb this group. And this power of group is like the army, it's like the IDF. I believe in the power of group. Soltero, soltera, one soldier, one individual is not so strong. When you come together, it makes things very easy and much more successful.
And what is special about these people from Latin America compared to other groups?
Latin America. First of all, they cry.
They cry.
Then they think, what is the reason that they cry? Are they happy? Are they sad? And they are very emotional. And I see them. Right now we were in a concert in Carmiel. There were 6 girls, young girls, that sang a song from The Sound of Music. And I saw my friends, Latin Americans, families, all crying. And I said, the heart of the Latin Americans are so big, and they are so kind and so warm. And we also work with French people. And next year, we might go and work also in the United States. But Latin Americans are fascinating.
Apart from the concert, another story that has its impact on you?
In this tour?
Yes.
In this tour, well, I have many. So this morning, we celebrated a birthday of one of our members in the group. He was 34 years old. He's a dentist from Rio de Janeiro. And I said that I wanted every one of the participants of the kavutza, of the group, to bless him to his birthday. And then I said, I want you to bless yourself. What is going to happen with you next year when you will be 35? And he said that he blesses me, that I will succeed in this holy job, holy work that I do, because he thinks that what he said, that this is the most amazing thing that can happen to Jewish families, that they will meet the right people in Israel, that they will support them to do the Aliyah. And I said, thank you so much from your mouth to Akadosh Baruch Hu, and I bless us all to be together next year in Yerushalayim or in Carmiel or in I don't know, in Haifa.
So you take the people and you put them in some place. Are you thinking more ahead to do maybe a special community from Latin America?
I do not believe that special community is the right thing. I can tell you why. Because I believe that Olim Chadashim wants to be Israelis. They want to speak Hebrew. They want to be part of the community. They can keep their customs and their minagim from their father's home. It is totally okay and understood. But once you put, let's say, Argentinians together, they are speaking only Spanish. And you can say that in some cities in Israel, for example, Ra'anana, there are many immigrants, many Olim, and most of them do not speak Hebrew. They speak Spanish, and second language, they learn English. They do not speak Hebrew. Once you do not speak Hebrew, you're not an Israeli. So what I do is I find an adoptive communities here in Israel, Israelis communities, that are interested of having the Olim Chadashim and make them be part of the community, and they want to learn from them, and they want them to learn from the community. In that way, I can tell you, I brought 12 families last year. It was last August, from most of them from Argentina, one from Brazil, most of them from Argentina, one from Costa Rica, one from Paraguay. They don't have 6 months in Israel. They all speak Hebrew. That's amazing.
Like with the Ulpan.
Yes, but the most important thing that they have an adoptive families. Once they have friends, Israeli friends, that they are like a couple, they have to speak Hebrew. And when you have to, if you don't have to speak the language, you escape to your mother language.
And what about the jobs and school and all kind of things of daily life? Do you also help them?
The most special thing that we do, I think, that except of course preparing the families to the Aliyah, it takes at least 8 months to prepare them to the Aliyah, is to accompany them for 2 years. This accompany includes education for the kids. We put an encargado, a special director in the school that accompany the children, and double the Hebrew lessons hours. Every child deserves in Israel, every ole deserves 6 hours of Hebrew. We give them from 10 to 12 to the children. And this is one thing. Second, we accompany them of looking for jobs. Most of our Olim already have jobs. They are not six months in Israel, but they have jobs. How do we do that? Once you are integrated into a community, a local community, each one of locals, of native Israelis, knows many people. It's the best network that you can dream of, because it's a friend of yours, and each one of the friends knows another friend that knows, someone who can give you job. And I can tell you that the jobs opportunities are the most powerful thing that we can offer to the Olim.
I see. And Israel is now in a kind of turmoil. Is it affecting Aliyah?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. It's an internal issue between left and right wing. and it's not affecting Aliyah. I can say that the Minister of Aliyah, the Minister of Absorption and Integration, Ophir Sofer is a very good friend of mine. We are friends for 20 years since our military service. We fought together, and I believe in him, and he's planning a very deep and rich programs to encourage Aliyah. And I believe that if we will make this interview 1 year from now, I will tell you that we made a revolution in Aliyah world. And let's set, we are here in middle of February, Erev Rosh Chodesh Adar, נכון? Tonight is Rosh Chodesh Adar.
Yes.
Let's have another interview, Rosh Chodesh Adar, Tafshin Pei Dalet, 1 year from now.
And it will be a revolution.
I am sure of that. I'm sure of that. I can feel it.
And now, how can we contact you, Golan? This is if someone wants to make Aliyah, how can we contact you?
I will send you our flyer, and at the bottom we have our email. Just send me an email with the details. We are focusing in families mainly with children to their 45, 50s. Okay. The reason that we focus families is that the adoptive communities most of them have families. If we have from 1 or 2 in each group solteros, it's okay, but most of the people are families. If they are solteros with children, it's also okay.
Okay.
Means you can do also an Aliyah.
Yes, why not?
With me, May.
Bezrat Hashem. Bezrat Hashem. And is the military service, I mean, you are from the IDF, is the military service a problem for these people that go and do Aliyah from Latin America?
It depends on their age. It depends on their age. Most of them are exempted from military service, of course, but most of them can volunteer and do some short periods of volunteering in the IDF, especially if you are a doctor, a physician, and you want to volunteer. There are diverse programs for physicians, but it depends. It depends in many things, but generally volunteering is possible.
Is there an increase in Aliyah lately?
There was an increase in Aliyah from Ukraine and from Russia, as we all know, but it was because of the war. I can say that in Western countries like South America, North America, France, there was a decrease last year. I don't know if it's because of the Ukraine war or because of economic issues. I don't know why, but we're working on that too.
So we just can say, Bashana Ba'a Yerushalayim.
Amen, amen, amen, amen. May, thank you for having me in this interview. And I wish you and all the Jews, the Jewish families that are watching us, ראש חודש אדר שמח, ושיהיו לנו רק בשורות טובות.
תודה, להתראות.